Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Redbird Replay. This is Scott Kirker along with the coach, Mike Wilson. Coach Metamora comes into this game tonight against the Morton Potters, the defending Class 3A state champions. They come in at 11-8. They're 2-4 in the middle line, and they've had some tough losses, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've had some injuries.
Big injuries.
And we've talked about it.
Key spots.
With Bartman and Bean Blossom. Bean Blossom's back tonight DHing.
Yep.
And those are two big bats that you take out of the lineup.
Very big bats.
And that just means that you've had to move sophomores up the batting order. They're still in the lineup, Bryce Bishop and Trace Melody.
But it's different. When you got to hit in the 3 and 4 hole, 2, 3 and 4 hole, maybe even 5. There's a lot more. I think even just the pitching mentality of the opposition is tougher. They're not gonna. You're not going to see as many fastballs. You're going to see more breaking balls. You're going to see more changeups. And but you know, these kids are growing. They've had some good experience, and they're good hitters. And they're going to face a pretty good left-hander tonight here. I've seen him throw a little bit, and he's not too big. Like it's Osing or something like that.
Andrew Osing.
Yeah,
left-hander.
Right.
You know, and when we talk about those sophomores, you know, you've asked them to fill in and play. They've played very well in the field.
Yeah.
Both have.
Well, I've been impressed with Jimmy Driscoll at shortstop. I mean,
a junior.
That's not easy. That's not easy to play short. There's a lot of plays you got to make, whether it's going to your right in the hole or going up the middle and having to balance up and throw or coming in on the ball.
And he's had to fill in too.
You got big right-handed hitters that are drilling the ball. I mean, it's the toughest place in the infield, no question about it. But Jimmy's done fine, and he'll do fine again tonight.
He's been kind of thrown into the fire a little bit too, because he's not a shortstop. He didn't start out the season as a shortstop.
He started left field.
Left field and did a very good job.
Get his bat in the order, right?
And he's had a very good year at the plate.
Right.
Get ready now for the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Now Very Few for this evening's Middle Line Conference baseball game, featuring the visiting Morton Potters and your Metamora Redbirds. It's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Morton Potters, leading off a senior at first base, number 24, Nick Guerra. Batting second, a senior in center field, number 16, Braden Brown. Batting third, a junior, catching number 15, Isaiah Gudeman. Batting fourth, a junior at third base, number 3, Bryce Brown. Batting fifth, a senior at second base, number 7, Ashton Holcomb. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, a sophomore, number 99, Brooks Wilkinson. Batting seventh, a sophomore at shortstop, number 5, Parker Coon. Batting eighth, a senior in right field, number 1, Riggs Wilkinson. And batting ninth, a senior in left field, number 11, Jack Brennan. The pitcher is a junior, number 60, Andrew Osing. The head coach of the Potters in his 7th season is Jesse Crawford. And now, the starting lineup for your Metamora Redbirds. Leading off, a senior in center field, number 7, Ryan Vogel. Batting second, a junior at shortstop, number 26, Jimmy Driscoll. Batting third, a senior, the designated hitter, number 6, Zach Bean Blossom. Batting fourth, a junior, catching today, number 20, Landon Ivins. Batting fifth, a senior at first base, number 11, Ben Bachman. Batting sixth, a junior in left field, number 19, Logan McClure. Batting seventh, a sophomore in right field, number 14, Bryce Bishop. Batting eighth, a sophomore at third base, number 17, Trace Melody. Batting ninth, a senior at second base, number 3, Jack Moore. And on the mound today, a senior, number 25, Joe Nealon. The assistant coach is Nick Galinsky, and your head coach in his 18th season is Eric Stone.
Well, Coach,
good night.
Real good night. It looked like there could be a threat for rain earlier, but I think that's going to...
Pretty blue skies.
Joe Nealon on the mound for the Redbirds.
You know, Joe is almost, I was talking to his dad the other day, Joe is about 6'6" now. You know, he's not even a 6'5" guy anymore. He's 6'6", and he's filled out a little bit. He's, you know, he's probably getting close to 18 if he's not 18 already. And he's going to have a good one tonight. You're facing the defending state champions and the Morton Potters in 3A. You're talking about a team that's ranked by the Journal-Star, the #1 team, 3A large school in the city, in the area, and they're 5-1. They lost to Pekin. A guy by the name of Riggy's good enough to beat anybody on a given day. And
is he going to Southern?
He's going to UIS, University of Illinois Springfield.
Okay.
This is a young man that was a quarterback for them. But here we got up the bat. We got a Guerra.
Yep. Nick Guerra.
Nick Guerra. Oh, it hits him. That's not good. One pitch, and we got a batter. You put a guy on first, he's about 70% home, so we got to see if we get a double play here.
It brings up their #2 hitter, Braden Brown.
There's 2 Browns, I believe. I don't know if they're both playing tonight or not. Doesn't look like it. That's is that Brown there too? Yeah. Yep, 2 Browns. I believe they're brothers. Braden Brown.
I don't think they are. I think one of them. Which one was it here?
Mm-hmm. There's a Bryce Brown.
Bryce Brown, I think, is a transfer from Pekin.
Yeah, but Braden was too.
Was he?
Yeah.
So they might be.
I think they're brothers.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. No, Braden's. I know Braden definitely transferred from Pekin. 2 years ago.
And that's fouled off down the left field line. There's 2 of them in about the same spot. Out in front, 0-2.
Good pitch, left-handed hitter. I've seen Morton a couple times. They move the ball pretty well. Fundamentally very strong. Oh, that's not easy. That's not easy. Safe. Yep. Not easy. Missed an infield single. We have the first baseman had to come over and Blockman had to make the play on it. And Joe might have been just a little bit late getting there. A little bit. Not a lot. It's a race, and the left-handed hitter gets there 0.2 of a second quicker, and he gets himself what they call an infield single.
So he's going to have to pitch himself out of a little bit of a jam here.
Yep. I was going to say early, too, that's important. You want to get off to a good start. Ground ball to second. Maybe looked up just a little bit, and we got E4.
E4. And you've got to make those plays. You can't Morton's too good to be giving them extra outs.
Oh, you got that right. That goes for anybody. You give them extra outs, and there what Jack's looking at there. You want to get that ball to second, but you got to field it first, though. You got to get yourself an out. Every chance you get, you want to get yourself an out. 4-hole hitter. This is the other Brown. Yep, this is #3, Bryce Brown. He's playing first base tonight. Right-handed hitter. Ooh, not too bad. Well, maybe just a shade out, wouldn't you think?
Maybe up just a
little
tad.
Yep. Same thing. We need that line drive right at somebody, maybe double somebody off.
Or just maybe hopper back to the pitcher.
Yeah, I like that one too. I call it the 1-2-4 double play. Because that's a pretty quick double play. You get the guy's barely out of the box when the pitcher feels the ball. Make a good throw to the plate. The catcher's got time to set his feet.
That's going to be up and out of play.
It's a little cloudy both off to the left and to the right, but straight out in front of us, it is just blue skies and white clouds. It looks nice. Nice night to play. The temperature's got to be in the low 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should carry. Bryce is going to be there. He makes a great catch. Good job, Bryce.
Yep, that's a nice job.
That's a nice job, boy. That ball gets by. That's 3 runs, but he made every effort to get there, and he did. He dove, hung on to the ball. He gets a sac fly out of that and an RBI.
So runner on
that's the
first
out.
And second, 1 out. if he can work himself out of this jam.
Yep.
And only give up the 1 run, it'd be pretty nice.
Oh, come on, stay in. Landon's coming back. The ball's going to come back. Oh, good effort. Boy, I tell you, you can't ever fault Landon effort. I'll tell you, Landon Ivins, that's a brick wall he's running into there. Yeah. There might be about an inch padding in there, but that's pretty much a brick. It's a stone wall. I can tell you that. We can see the back of it here. There's about 2 inches of green padding in front of it, but I think it would still, if you're running full speed, yeah, you'd have a little mark on you. Same deal. Just get it out. Get it out at first. There you go. There we go. Good job. Nice play, down. Jack Morton. Yep.
1-0 Morton so far.
Yep. That was Holcomb batting there. Holcomb goes out to.
It brings Wilkins.
Yeah, there's a Wilkins' son. There's actually 2 brothers, too. This is the younger one, believe it or not. There's a Rig Wilkinson, who's playing right, and then his younger brother's DHs. And the younger brother's the bigger one. Number 99, Brooks Wilkinson. His dad played at Bradley. Good left-handed hitter at Bradley, catcher, first baseman type, just like his sons. Let it go fall, let it go fall. Good job. Trace knew what he was doing there, didn't he?
Yep, got onto the
That was what you call a swinging bunt. The ball's only halfway up the line. Even the average runner and Brooks Wilkinson, he'd have beat that out without a play if he would have tried to field the ball before that. So runners on second and third.
Got down the line pretty good for a big kid.
DH.
0-2.
You got 3 strikes up on the board. Same thing, just make the play. That's a boy, Jack. Good job. Good job. Good play. Kept his head down. Hey, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
From where we were.
1 run on 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0. Joe did an outstanding job, though, of picking up his teammates.
He sure did. Good job.
Ryan Vogel will lead off for Metamora.
Good leadoff, man. Very good. This is Brooks. Coach, you had him for 2. I think they only had 1 hit.
1 hit.
Yep. We had an E4. We had sacrifice fly drove in the 1 run. We had a 4-3 and a 4-3. Yep.
Now the Bradley recruit from Morton is the catcher.
Yep.
Gudeman. And Isaiah Gudeman.
Yep. Pretty good player.
He's been catching since his sophomore year?
Yes. He was the catcher on the state championship team last year.
Is he only a junior or is he a senior?
He's a junior. Yep. He played 16U last year with the Outlaws. He was one of the catchers, and the junior catcher from Washington was pretty good. Chase Mason is only a junior, and he caught last year for Washington. The left-hander today isn't overpowering. Although on the other hand, I wouldn't call him crafty either. He's probably upper 70s, maybe low 80s.
But he's left-handed.
He's left-handed, and that ball moves. There it goes. There's Gudeman, pretty good throw. He can throw. And Gudeman looks like he's, 6'2"?
Yeah, he's a pretty big kid.
Maybe even 6'3". Garrett at first base, he's 6'3", I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
And then their third baseman, pretty good-sized kid, too.
Yeah, that's going to be up and out of play down the left field line. Giving it chase, but it's
I like that, though. Good effort. Good effort by the left fielder out there. Brennan, I believe is it Mike Brennan? Number 11, Jack Brennan. Pitcher waits, make sure he gets back into his position. Nobody out, nobody on. Bradley recruit. I call him Vogie. Ryan Vogel. Ryan may be the fastest high school baseball player in the area. And the one not too far behind him is Jack Moore. But I think he's a legitimate, what you call about a 60 runner. He can run the home to first in 4 seconds flat. He's better than an average major league runner. He really is.
Ooh, he's right on that.
Yeah, Harry Carey always said that if the ball gets fouled straight back, he's right. It was just a little bit under it, and he got the bottom of the ball with the top half of the bat there, and it came straight back. But
full count.
Oh no! Hit him right in the helmet. Stay right there, Ryan. Make sure you're okay. Once again, it was a full count. That's the last thing he wanted to do. Boy, is it nice to have a trainer. Boy, I spent many a years. There was a time where you didn't have to wear a helmet or any sort of protective gear. Major leaguers didn't wear
it. Yeah, I remember that.
And then I remember when I started Little League, we got a little deal where it has a little strap on it.
And it covered your ears.
It covered your ears.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably would have hit the top of his head, or even if it would have hit this, it would have cracked that little plastic ear thing you had. Yeah, make sure he's okay. That's a tough go. In the pros you have that the concussion protocol, and I'm not trying to. It looks like our trainers looked at him and he seems to be doing okay, and he never did fall down.
No.
He was never out by any stretch of the imagination. And you've got to be stunned by it, and your head, and it's got to ring.
Because it gets in that helmet and just vibrates.
Yeah. But boy, it's nice to have those flaps on each side. The other thing I would use too, and I'd recommend any of the young kids they have also now that kind of half a face mask that covers the front half of your face. Or the right-handed hitters would be on the left side of the helmet. I'd get that if I was a parent for a Little League player, just to give them that little more confidence. One thing about when you have Ryan on first base, that keeps everybody honest, because they know that he's willing and able to go. And Coach Stone, I know early in the year, talked about they were going to be aggressive, and they have been aggressive. How's that? Oh, see, the catcher trying to get rid of the ball too fast.
Yeah. Still made a pretty good throw, but once he double clutched, it was over.
In trying to get rid of it too fast, he ended up, basically, like you saying, double clutched. He lost control of the ball. By the time he gained it, Ryan had the base stolen.
Great jump, too.
It was a good jump.
It probably, for a base stealer, a little bit easier when you're facing a left hand. It's a tough move, but once he crosses that foot, crosses the rubber, he's got to come home.
That's all you're looking for. Yep. If he's up there dangling around and holding that foot there, you better stay tight. And then what they say amongst most lefties too is, once you go. You know what I'm saying? If you and then just make them make two good throws, a throw to first, and then of course the first baseman has to throw it too. Kind of an oddity. I don't know if I've seen it too much. Both of the leading hitters were hit by pitch. Not. I'm saying it, not that it's never happened, but I don't think it's something you see very often, because most of the time pitchers are fresh. They're going to get the ball in there. Hitters are, pretty aggressive, ready to go, but to get a.
And neither one was intentional.
No, wasn't even close. It was just the 3-2 pitch to Vogel was just rode up and in, and look at this. I thought he had him too. Yeah. He didn't clutch that time, did he?
No.
So we're out 2-5, 1-0.
That was a rocket.
Yeah, it was kind of a high pitch too, and he just perfect throw, good tag. And credit Gudeman lost the first battle, but then he won the second battle. Good pitch. That left-handed pitcher, I don't care what you say, that ball just moves. Even this fastball, the straight ball moves 3 or 4 inches. And Zach, nice to see Zach back in the lineup.
It is.
Zach is really, ever since his sophomore year, he's played some. He played all the time last year. Played some as a sophomore. He's a bona fide, 3 to 5 hole hitter, and he's hitting in the 3 hole tonight. When you get caught stealing there, I've found over the years when you get caught stealing or you get picked off a base, it ends the inning a lot of times pretty fast. Not right away.
It kills momentum.
It kills the momentum shifts from your dugout to their. They're all happy now. We were happy when we stole second.
He walks on 4 pitches.
4 pitches, yeah. Beanie.
Now batting the catcher, number 20,
Brings up Landon Ivins.
Landon, I'm going to say it right. Landon's going to move the ball somewhere.
Yeah.
And he usually hits it pretty hard, too, not just moves it somewhere. He usually gets a pretty good, what we call squaring it up. See that tail? That ball started right on the outside corner. By the time it got to the plate, the ball tails away from the right-handed hitter. The left-handed pitcher ball usually sinks to the arm side of the left-handed pitcher. There he brings it across his body, boy.
Quickly 0-2.
0-2.
2 outs.
Landon playing his first year of varsity baseball as a junior. And, of course, you saw Jimmy Driscoll earlier. And these are good varsity pitchers.
No hits, no runs. 1 man left. We go to the top of the second. Redbirds trail 1-0.
All right. I know one thing, a lot better than we were about a week ago when we started out that first inning. I think Limestone put one of those, I call a snowman, I think it was.
Yeah,
wasn't it? A snowman, an 8 spot. I don't like snowmen in golf, and I don't like snowmen in baseball. You don't like any crooked numbers, really.
No.
Keep me. I'll give him a 1 or 2. That's what I'm saying. I thought Joe did a great job getting us out of that last inning. And then Jack came back and made a couple nice plays and at second base, and yeah.
I didn't think Vogel had as good a jump off a second as he did off
he didn't.
first.
And he almost should have a little better one off of in general. But I'll tell you the other thing. Don't forget too. It's a 90-foot throw versus 127 feet and 3/4.
Yeah.
Some of you math people could come up with that real quick. It's 90. It's 90 times the square root of 2. Square root of 2 is 1.414. So take 1.414 times 90, and that'll give you 127.67. See, the bases are 90, and then you're drawing that hypotenuse there, and when you set up a field, that's got to be 127 feet. If it isn't, then your second's not in the right spot.
See who's up for Morton.
The Morton Potters. I've got following Brooks Wilkinson.
Number 5.
Yeah, this is Kuhn. It's like, I think it's Parker.
Parker Kuhn.
Yeah. Pretty good shortstop. I think he's a junior. Boy, Joe, look at that. Jack's getting some work. That's 4 balls already.
Yep.
And he's handled 3 of them very well. Kuhn.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Riggs Wilkinson.
This is Rig Wilkinson. I think Rig's only a junior, and I think his brother's a sophomore. Rig was a pretty good defensive back on the football team.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, their father.
So was Brown.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Parker Kuhn went out 4-3. Rig. Wilkinson, Wig. Boy, nice little breeze up here tonight.
Yeah. 1-1 the count.
Oh, I tell you, that's a great pitcher's pitch. Right on the black, the outside corner of the plate, and knee high. Not many batters want to touch that. I'd go right back to it, see if he'll swing on two strikes or take it again. There it is. Good job. Good, but you know what he did even better? He went another inch outside. He didn't put it on the outside corner. He's up 1 and 2, so now he starts it. It looks pretty good, and once again the left-handed ball sinks a little bit to what they call arm side sink.
And they were in protect mode, so
yeah, you can't wait around and say, "Oh, I think it's close."
Again, same thing right there again. That was only his 6th pitch of the inning too.
Yeah. So we got 2 outs, and we got the I call him the super cleanup man, the number 9 hitter.
And he just hit him again.
Yeah. That's Brennan. What did we say his first name was? Was it Jack? Jack Brennan.
Back to the top of the order for the Potters, number 24, Nick Guerra. Guerra. Boy, good swing. Good left-handed swing.
Up out of play.
Hit by pitch was Jack Brennan. Jack's the left fielder. I was impressed last inning the way Jack chased that Ryan Vogel fall down all the way into the bullpen.
This is Guerra.
Yeah, but Brennan down at first base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. But Nick's left-handed hitter. And he's going to play college baseball somewhere. I'll come up with it here in a second. Nice pitch.
Just a little inside, maybe?
Inside, yeah. Didn't quite break.
Oh, nice pitch.
Very good.
One and two the count.
Oh. 3-U.
No runs, no hits. One man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Redbirds still trail 1-0.
You got to score to win in any game you play. So I never worried too much when you were down 1.
1 or 2 even.
Yeah, you got to score.
And I think we'll be able to get to this guy a little bit.
He's like I said, he's not overpowering. He's a typical left-hander. The ball moves a little bit. He gets a little sink on the left side, and he's kind of a slinger, really. He kind of gets over the top, but then he doesn't follow through with the arm. It seems like the ball's gone before the arm really comes down too far.
Does Garrett pitch?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, he does. I would.
With that arm, I would think, yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if Gudeman doesn't throw a little bit too.
Oh, Gudeman, yeah. And Garrett's, I think, they're number 1. I think they said that he threw 105 pitches, 106 the other night.
Well, you can do that because I think 105 is the limit. But if you're pitching to somebody and hit 105, you're allowed to finish that man.
Yeah,
so.
But then you can't go on.
Right.
Ben Bachman will lead off for the Redbirds.
Yep. First baseman, Ben, senior.
Fouled it off.
Real nice young man. I think Ben's going to be real successful no matter what he does down the road with his career. Pull that outside pitch. Parker Kuhn takes his time, makes a good throw. So this is the second inning, right?
Yep.
That was Bachman. Bachman goes out 6-3. Logan's a very nice young man. I've known Logan, had a chance to coach him when he was 14. Very good running back, very good linebacker on the football team. Going to Wesleyan to play football. But, he chose not to play football or baseball last year, and I'm glad to see that he's back this year. And
having a good year.
Yeah, he seems to put the bat on the ball pretty regularly. And, but boy, I tell you, with that ball, the way it sinks and the way it moves, you have to keep your eye on it, that's for sure. Don't try to hit it to her. Try to take it the other way.
It's up and out of play.
When a ball's sinking and going away from you, you can't pull off of it.
No.
You got to try to take it
to right field.
I call it at least the right center gap. And then if you're out in front a little bit, you go. But see what Ben did. Ben pulled that outside pitch, and when you pull the outside pitch, you tend to ground it to the pull side.
Right.
He did to the shortstop. Oh, too good. Oh boy. All right.
Maybe a little high.
I don't think it was high. I think if anything, it might have just been a little outside, but it was pretty close. It's 1-2. I've seen umpires. Some umpires have a tough time calling that third strike at 0-2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Because pitchers are taught not to throw a strike at 0-2.
So they get fooled a little bit.
They get fooled. I think he was fooled on that one. Oh, that did touch his bat. Must have came right into his glove, though. You know,
2 down.
It was kind of a check swing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it went right in. He probably bounced in right up, but it was with less than 2, with nobody on first, they had to throw him out at first, and they did. This here's Bryce. Now, this is what we talked about a little bit. Rather than having Bryce batting in a 3-hole or, they've got him down in the 7-hole, and just let him hit a fastball here and see what he can do. I'll tell you one thing about Oshing. He just gets the ball and throws it. He doesn't wait around. Kind of a short windup and
even the count at 1-1, a little low maybe.
Yep. Ground ball. Second baseman's up.
And that'll be 2 or 3 outs.
3 outs.
No hits, no runs, no one left. We go to the top of the 3rd. 1-0 Morton.
This pace is going to fly by pretty quick.
Who's up for Morton? Brown, Gudeman, and Brown?
I have, it would be, Braden Brown, the center fielder, and then Gudeman, the catcher, and Bryce Brown, the first baseman, the younger brother of Braden Brown. No, that's not right. Where does that other Brown play? He plays 3rd, that's right. I was going to say because Guerrera plays first. Yeah. I got somebody ask me, are you at the game tonight? Yeah. Yes. What do we do without cell phones?
Well, we had to go see more people.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Brown, he got on a swinging bunt.
Yes, he
first
did.
Time up.
Yeah. And he ran well from the left side.
And that one's up and back out of play. 1-1 the count.
Top of the 3rd. Tell you, Joe's getting the ball and throwing it too. He's not waiting around.
With him, you get a lot of arms and legs, don't you?
Oh, I
Coming
guess.
at you.
You're looking for that release point. Here it comes. Boy, I tell you, that is tough. That's tough. You're right. Showing you everything but the ball. And you got to see the ball to hit it. One of the oldest hitting theories is see it, hit it. You can see that the left-handed hitter is not getting a real good swing. You know, remember he hit that swinging bunt the last time down the first base line and beat it out. But you want to make sure when that ball's hitting like that, you want to make sure it's. Boy, I tell you, he got into that one though. Boy. Yep. That was a long double to right center.
Now batting, number 15, Isaiah Gudeman.
Isaiah, the catcher, like you said, he's a Bradley recruit. He's going to be teammates with Ryan Vogel in a year, not this coming year, but a year from now, because he's at what they call a 2020. You know, he's going to graduate in 20, where Vogel's going to graduate in 19. So Vogel will be a sophomore when this boy's a freshman at Bradley. Pretty big.
Bradley will have a very middle-eye flavor to him, won't they?
Yep.
With Canton.
Yep. Canton and Bolt. I think Bolt's. He must be pretty close to a senior this year. He's a left-hand hitting outfielder from.
I think
Morton.
he's a junior.
Is he a junior? So he'll be there next year. Possibly one of the Shaddids could return. One is a senior.
He went to Notre Dame though, didn't he?
Yeah, both. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then, but we're missing a couple other guys too from the area. Cook, a pitcher.
Cole Cook from Washington.
Yeah, he's pretty close to a senior, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Isaiah takes a pretty good swing. Isaiah Gudeman was the catcher on the state championship team last year for Morton.
It's a good 0-2 pitch.
It's a great pitch. You don't want the 0-2 pitch to be a strike. You want it to be, and you don't even want it to be on the corner either, because guys are anxious to swing, protect the plate. You want it to be about 3 inches outside. That's the first one that Joe kind of really didn't have control over.
Right.
It kind of slipped out of his hands. He tried a breaking ball.
He kind of short-armed it a little bit.
A little bit maybe too, and pulling it down, the ball got away. There, he's back on it. Good pitch. Good pitch. Yep.
Struck him out looking. That's a big out.
It's a big out with a man on second. You don't move him.
And you struck out one of their better hitters.
Yeah, the 3-hole hitters should be, if not the best, one of the best.
Brings up Bryce Brown.
Bryce Brown, who's the third baseman. Landon did a nice job framing that, held it for the umpire to make the call.
Kind of a late breaking break.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. Didn't quite get there.
And one thing, when you frame, you can't frame pitches that are clearly balls.
No.
They got to be balls that are close.
You want to be able to catch the ball and then just bring your wrist in, right? You know, in Little League, you see catchers and young kids that they constantly try to just, kind of pull their arm in.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that call. Oh, I tell you, nice changeup. I think that was a good changeup. Well, I tell you, this would be a big out too if you can get their cleanup hitter with a man on second now and one out. Boy, it's a deep fly ball to right. Bryce is there.
And the runner tags and goes to third.
That's all right. 2 outs and a man on third. Get the batter now. That's not a sacrifice fly either. The sacrifice fly, you got to score a run. So that's a fly out to 9 by Bryce Brown. It does move a runner over, but it's still not considered in order to beat a sacrifice fly, he has to score a run. This is Holcomb here, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, surprised when I saw him play they were playing Pekin, I believe. Boy, he had a ball just right over the left field, Washington even. He had a line drive that just kept going over the left fielder's head and landed out in the woods over there in Morton. Have you seen Morton's field lately?
I haven't seen it. They do some work in the offseason.
Yeah, well, it's that used to be a pony league field. Remember that for a long time. Yep. And then so when they wanted to expand their track and their football complex, that pretty much finished the baseball field off there. Remember, it was kind of crunched in the right field anyway. And along with the fact they couldn't get lights there. The city wouldn't let them have lights. So by going out to Westwood Park there, they now have lights, and they dug into those woods a little bit. It's a little deeper, but it's still kind of small. It's about 300 down the lines, maybe 345, 350 to the alleys. It's very hitter friendly.
Hitter friendly, and they have very low lights.
They have low lights. Yep. They have what I call
softball
youth lights or softball lights, right? These are very good lights.
That's up and out of play. Full count on the hitter.
I want to say that Holcomb is going to a junior college, I believe, next year. I think he's going to Lincoln Land. Oh, boy, darn it.
And they'll get their second run.
Yep, they got it. But see how important, even though that was a fly ball, it was a productive out because it moved the guy from second to third. Now when you get the wild pitch, you get the run scored. This is Brooks Wilkinson. Boy, I tell you, Brooks is, I think he's big enough to go to work. I would say Brooks is about 6'1", probably 260. He hit that pretty good. Yeah. Let's see the relay here. Now let's see the relay. No. We didn't get out front. Yeah. And Holcomb runs pretty well too. But see there again, there's a walk, and the walk ends up what?
Scoring.
Scoring. Yep. And Brooks Wilkinson gets a double and a ribby to, we'll call it 8. This is Parker Kuhn. Parker's the shortstop. Hey, let's shut it down here now. You don't want to give him any more. Good pitch. Umpire probably thought it was a little inside.
Probably.
You know, we're right behind the umpire and the catcher, which sometimes we get screened a little bit on the plate as far. You know, we can tell that's outside there. But sometimes
it's hard to see if it's high or low or.
Yeah, we're not. We're up about. You know, we're in the second story of the press box area. Good view of the field. Like I said, sometimes like on the corner beat when you're trying to look, the umpire usually sets up on the inside on the batters. See on the inside of the catcher, the batter. So we don't see that inside corner very well. That's a good pitch. I can tell that's a strike.
Yeah.
And I think the umpire did too.
3-1 the count.
Parker walks.
He's gotten a little bit rattled here.
Yeah. Well, you know, here's Rig Wilkinson now. The Rig's probably out in right field, right? Yep. Rig went down swinging last time. Let's see if Joe can finish him off here. We want to shut this down here. We don't want to give him any more. Rig a little bit off balance on that swing. Had to catch himself on the swing. Come on, Joe. Good pitch. We're one pitch from getting out of the inning here.
1-1 the count.
Yeah.
2-1.
Catch your breath. If he gets on, I think you'll see Coach Stoner go out and just kind of settle him down here. Try to get him out of this inning. And that's a nice pitch. Yep. 2-2-2. Two outs. Runners on first and second. 3-0 the visiting Potters here at Al Mulberry Field. Coach, did you play for Al Mulberry?
I was on his last team.
Mm-hmm. I remember him. Not too tall of a guy.
No.
What I remember most, I remember his son Andy.
Yep.
That's a nice, very nice young man.
Full count.
Yep.
So the runners will get a running start.
Yep.
He kind of crowds the plate a little bit.
Hold your position. Get the out at first.
Ooh.
It wasn't too high. It was up maybe a little bit high, maybe, but not too much. Okay, this is number 9. Now this is Mandy. This is Jack Brennan.
Like you said, Coach Stone's going to come out.
Yeah, it's just you kind of just get the feeling for things, and obviously you know you've walked a couple guys in a row. That's 3 walks this inning. That's not typical Joe there. You know that he did have a strikeout, but he gave up two doubles. Both doubles were hit pretty good.
He struck out arguably their best hitter too.
That's right. Struck out looking Goodeman. Then he got a long fly by Bryce Brown that ended up moving a runner over to third. And then he that runner scored, remember, on a quasi, I think it was a wild pitch. I think it bounced before the catcher. So we, like you said, you don't want to give them any more than you have to. That's for sure. But the game is still, man, if we can get out of this inning, the game is still very manageable.
Nice pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it always seems that after a mound visit, the next pitch is always a strike.
It's usually pretty good. Kind of like in basketball, when they call timeout and they set up a play, they usually score, don't they?
Yeah.
That's a good pitch too. See, now there's where he was living for the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, for some reason, we got away from it a little bit. Stay right out there, 1 inch outside. Good
job.
Good hustle.
That's a good job by both Joe and Landon.
Well, as soon as the runner saw the catcher, catcher knew where the ball was, sprinted to it. He put the brakes on right away and came back, and it is their DH. It's I call him the big Wilkinson. Probably he's at least 250. Oh,
that's good job.
Isn't that amazing? Good job, Coach Stone, going out there and settling
2
that.
runs on 2 hits, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Redbirds trail 3-0.
Yeah, 2 doubles. Yep. But 3 walks. Walks will get you in trouble. The first walk scored. See, the double scored, the walk scored. Yep.
See, now they've turned their batting order around. That was those guys their second time around.
Mm-hmm.
And we lead off with Melody and Moore, our 8 and 9.
Yeah. So
and they're first at bats.
Yeah, you're right. No, they were. Yeah, they were actually at number. They were in the 2 hole already. And that's what we talk about, that turning the order over. The more you can get, guys are batting at the top of the order because they should be your better hitters. I mean, that only makes sense. So when the more times you can turn the order over, the more times you're going to get those top bats up. So this is our number 8 hole hitter, Trace Melody. Trace is only a sophomore. I've really been impressed with the way Trace has played third base.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an easy position. You get a lot of hard pull balls down there, a lot of swinging bunts, and you can tell he's played. He's got a very fluid swing.
He's going to be pretty good.
Yes, he is. And something I believe, if you get quite a bit of varsity experience as a sophomore, well, I tell you, that ball's moving around up there too. But credit the Garrett boy for making a good play.
He's up Jack Moore.
So we got that was Trace Melody, fly to 3, and Jack Moore. Jack Moore second. Jack's had at least 4 ground balls tonight. He's handled 3 of them perfectly. That's good hustle, Vogue. I like that when the on-deck man hustles that ball down, keeps the game moving. The umpire doesn't have to wait. I tell you, Jack got a pretty good shot on there, but Rig Wilkinson goes back, makes the catch. If that's 350, 355 out there, he hit it 335. That was Moore.
Brings up Brian Vogel.
Now we finally turn the order, but we turn it over with nobody on, too.
Nobody on and 2 outs.
There. See, they were at the second hitter with leading off the inning, and he got on, and that's a good job, Bogey.
That's a hit.
Oh, yeah.
No, I got a
he was across the bag before the guy fielded it.
Question for you. Why did the first baseman jump out there to get that?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have much of a chance, but they had none once he'd made a move.
I think it's just a little experience that he also figured that the pitcher wasn't going to get it, I guess. So, but the second baseman surely wasn't going to get it. But that's a great job of hitting, but good situational hitting. I like it.
He was there.
I thought the slide was in there.
That's still a heck of a throw, though, man.
Yeah.
Because I thought he had a good jump.
He did. He had a good. In fact, against a left-handed pitcher, that's a very good jump. So we got a 1 base. We got a stolen base. Number 2 hitter, Jimmy Driscoll. Come on, Jimmy.
So he's 2 for 3 in stolen bases.
We'll take that. One thing about Jimmy's getting some good experience hitting against some good quality, I call middle line eye starting pitching. When you face the Mikey Dunn and those people, that's and you face Pogue.
Oh,
Pogue was throwing 89 over there. 89 he topped out at. Man, and it threw 87, 88 consistently, and then Catton is going to Bradley to be a pitcher.
Riggy's not a slouch either.
No, Riggy will be tough. I mean, what I'm saying is That's when you're a young sophomore or junior and you never played much varsity baseball before that. It's not easy to face I call it the top end of the middle Illini pitching.
3-1 the count to Driscoll. Bean Blossom on deck.
Boy, I tell you, I think Bogey's even stepped it up a notch. I think he was mad getting thrown out, that he's even stepped it up a notch. It looks like he's running even harder, if that's possible. Faster. It's 3-0, the visiting Morton Potters. We're at Al Mulberry Field in lovely Metamora, Illinois, on a very nice 70-degree night.
Another pop-up.
Yeah. Big kid down there. Guerra makes the catch.
1 hit. No runs. 1 left. We go to the top of the 4th. Morton still leads 4-0. 3-0.
3-0. Yeah, I was going to say 3.
Leading off the top of the 4th for the Potters, number 24, Nick Guerra.
Nick Guerra, the leadoff hitter for Morton, will lead off this top of the 4th. Oh, man. He beat the shift, and he'll have a leadoff double.
Now batting, number 16, Braden Brown.
Braden Brown, next hitter for Morton. I'll bring Coach Stone out of the Redbird dugout.
Meeting on the mound. Oh, we got a double. Another double. Where'd it go? Right center?
Left center, you beat the shift.
Oh, boy.
He had him shaded into the right
Yeah.
center field gap.
And that's Guerra, right?
Guerra.
Yep. 2 hit.
Ball a little high. 1-0. Joe's going to have to really buckle down now.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably, I'm going to say the pen's probably going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let it go again. Let it go. Groundskeeper is doing a good job making sure that thing's slanting where it goes fall. It's a small point, but you're really doing that to advance the runner from second to third with less than 2 outs. You'd like to get the guy on third base with only 1 or nobody out. You got to just get that ball. You can't be on the line. You want to get that ball at least 4 or 5 feet inside the line.
I think Ben's got room.
Yep. That's it.
Yep, he does.
Ben will if the ball is in play, Ben will get there.
One down.
Yep.
Laying down that bunt. That's kind of what the old-fashioned number 2-hole hitter was supposed to be.
Handle a bat.
Handle the bat and not strike.
Be like a Louis Aparicio type.
So they walk Gudeman. That brings up the other Brown.
Yep.
2 on with 1 out.
Now batting number 3, Bryce Brown.
Now we set up the double play.
First number 13, Bobby Hines.
Pinch runner. Bobby
Hines.
Yep, that's who it is. Bobby Hines, pinch running.
He's
Courtesy.
batting.
Number 3. No, this is.
It is. It
yeah.
is. Yeah.
This is the younger Brown.
Yeah.
Bryce Brown. Bryce flew out to right last time. Remember, he advanced a guy from second to third.
That got them their second run.
That sure did. See, I think that time Joe didn't follow through quite enough. He finished and he's standing. He's kind of looking like he's a spectator. Bend that back. There you go. See, he bent the back. A good play.
And that should be.
Oh, Vogie didn't see it. Vogie didn't. He went back on it. He didn't see it at all. All right, that happens.
But that was up there a long time,
yeah,
too.
Price, yep. I could tell right away Vogie didn't see it. I'm not so he could have got there anyway, to be very honest. It was over the shortstop's head, too far for the left fielder to get there. But the minute that Vogie made that half a step back there, I could tell that. You could just tell by the way his manners were that he had a hard time picking it up.
Oh, that's fair. That's foul ball.
Come on, that's not fair.
Pretty good effort by Melody, though.
Yeah. So the bases are juiced, all filled up, right?
Yep.
And we got 1 out, I believe. Yeah, we got the fly to 3. 1 out. Bases loaded. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's 3-0. The bad guys from Morton.
One and two.
This is Holcomb again. Holcomb, good young player out of Morton. Was the second baseman on the state championship team last year, too. Don't forget, I'll tell you one thing. That sure gives you a lot of momentum going into the off season and summer and winning the state. You're getting a little attention. You're both from your local media and from your town and then from scouts. And no, they're good pitch. See, I'll tell you one thing. That lefty makes things. That's 2 outs.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout right there.
Yeah, he's got him. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Brings up Wilkerson. He drove in their 3rd run with a double to right center.
That's right. Yes, he did, boy. I mean, he scares me here. He does. Play deep, guys. Play deep. Play deep. Just don't let the ball get over your head. Look, you think our right fielder? You think Bryce Bishop is deep enough and right? I can't see him.
He's out there.
I can hardly see him out there. Raise your hands, Bryce. There he is. Now they're moving him back over a little bit more to right center. I agree. And but boy, and even Vogie. I mean, they're in the shadows of the fence. So that means
0-1 the count. Is it 0-1?
The board says right now 2-0.
2-0. It's 2-0. That's right.
If it's 360 to the alley, Bryce is out there about 350. If it's 370 to center, Vogie's out about 360. And if it's 350-ish, 355-ish to the alley and left, Logan McClure is out there within 15 feet of the fence. So our outfielders are deep pretty much now, playing the alleys and straightaway in center.
Got to get a...
I think we got a shot at it.
Yep,
oh,
yeah.
Great job, Joe.
He sawed him off there, and that was a beautiful pitch. No runs on 1 hit, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Right, 4-0.
Redbirds trail 3-0. And for Metamora, it'll be Bean Blossom, Landon Ivins, and
Ben
Bachman.
Sure. So that 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
I guess that's an advantage if you don't get into that meteor order in the 3rd inning. At least you get there in the 4th inning. So
right.
Let's see what we can do here.
But we're just hanging around.
I'm anxious to see Zach hit here again. You know, Zach, I've known Zach since Little League and coached him many times, and he's a gamer. He's a gamer, and
is there? I know there's guys that are as easy to coach, but is there anybody better? I don't think so.
No. Yeah, a lot of guys are easy to coach if they need to be that way to stay in the lineup. But no, he understands the game well. He's a student of the game, and I know he's played Legion the last couple summers and played some prep league, and he's tried to make himself better at every turn. Gonna go to Bradley probably to go to school, and still considering maybe walking on, and I think he'll aware of it. Probably be a bullpen catcher for a couple years, but he'll have to make that decision as school starts in the fall. Will probably be determined by how much the Bradley people, encourage him. But he knows what to do on a baseball field, I can tell you that. These two pitchers are almost carbon copies of each other. Obviously, they're both left-handed, but they keep the ball away, and most kids are trying to pull most of the time, and they're coming off the ball just a little bit, and now he's about 3 more inches outside. I don't know if you saw where the
catcher lined way up.
He actually lined up 3 to 4 inches outside.
His left leg was probably.
But that's what you want on the 0-2 pitch. You don't want to throw a strike. Now, oh boy, that was
a little low.
A little low, but boy, it made a nice. I call that a sharp, biting break.
2-2 the count, and he stays alive. That's up and out of play.
Vogie will get. Zach will give you a good at bat. I guarantee you. Bean Blossom and then Landon Ivins. All right, good
He's
job.
worked it back to full count now.
He was 0-2. Now it's full boat. Good hustle, Landon. Just a little bit slow. Ted Williams always said, who I think is the greatest hitter of all time. He's the last hitter to hit 400 in the big leagues, hit 406 in 1941. When you pop the ball up to the non-pull side, so when the right-handed hitter pops the ball up towards right field or towards the bat's a little slow. Get the barrel. They're catching the ball too far back from the plate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to get that barrel, and that's partly. He hasn't seen live pitching much in the last month, really. I think he was out 3 weeks. I think he did have some ABs down at the
Pleasant
games
Plains.
at Pleasant Plains this past weekend. But it's going to, any hitter, it's going to take you at least 2 or 3 games to get back to where you were. Oh, see, getting that barrel out in front there. He got the barrel out there. Yes, he did.
It's a home run.
He got the barrel out there. Landon Ivins. That's exactly what I'm talking about there. Now he hits that ball out in front of the plate and gets a full swing on it, carries the ball into the trees, straight away left center, just to the left of the light pole.
Gets us on the board.
Gets us on the board. Very nice. That's pretty nice, I'll tell you. He won't forget that ever, I guarantee it. Come on, man. Hey, could we
back to back?
Back to back? Man, then you got Logan up too. Let's go back. Oh, see? Now you got him a little shaken up. Yeah, that's the first time he's been a little disjointed out on the mound there. But hey, credit Landon Ivins with a big HR. Yeah, see, now he's in. He was 6 inches outside. Now he's 3 inches inside.
A little rattled.
Now he'll take a little off, maybe put it over the middle, and Ben Bachman can hit a ringing double to left center.
Nice cut.
Good cut. Was a good cut. Good
2-1.
2-1. Boy, that ball carried well, didn't it?
Sure did.
Wow.
A little bit of a wind.
A little bend going out there.
But not much.
Not much. But
didn't help it.
I'll tell you. And it wasn't it was kind of right between a fly ball and a line drive. You know, it was probably maybe 20, 30 feet. Look at that. Same deal. Out in front of it. Ben Bachman. Base hit. We're getting to him.
In the fourth, one on with one out. Brings up Logan McClure.
Come on, Logan.
Logan's got some home run power.
Oh, Logan's got a lot of power.
Reminds me of that O'Neill from the Cardinals.
Yes. Good analogy. But now Logan, very well put together, strong young man. Like I said, I go back to when he was 14. He very good hitter. You know, I'll tell you, too, I kind of like Bryce Bishop where he's at, too. You know, you talk about that occasionally. That 7-hole, if you got some hitters at 5, 6, and 7, that 3, 4, 5, 6, that 7-hole can be a good RBI spot, too.
Oh, yeah.
And he will get a chance. Unless Logan hits into a double play, he's going to have a chance for sure to have at least one on. I'd like to get Logan on and get a chance for a couple ribbies. Boy, I tell you, that grass is green. That is really nice. Good pitch. Good pitch. I think he fooled him a little bit that time.
2 down, 1 on.
Number 14, Bryce Bishop.
Come on, Bryce. The only thing I've been around this game a lot, a little harder for Bryce, too, being a sophomore, and always facing a lefty to boot, you know.
A good lefty.
A decent lefty. You know, what I call a first-night starter for the state championship team from last year. This kid wouldn't be pitching if he wasn't pretty good. I saw him pitch against Washington, too. He was good.
2-0 the count.
Andrew Osing.
There's a strike.
I'll tell you one thing I like about him, too. He's not what you call a max effort guy. He just kind of gets the ball, looks in the sign, comes to the stretch, follows through.
2-2. The ball's wide of first base.
One thing about a place like Morton and even Limestone, and they got a lot of kids playing baseball over in those areas. And baseball is a high priority. Mike McDonald, the longtime coach, I think the umpire might even got fooled on that. It was a
Full
little
count.
bit up. We should be moving, right?
Full count.
Full count. Man on first.
Oh, that's going to be up and out of play.
I think it's in play. But it's a long way from.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I tell you, one thing about it, there's a lot of room in foul territory in this park. There's a lot of room from the home plate area to the benches. There really is. And then there's a lot of room down each line there. From third base to the fence has got to be 100 feet.
Ooh, it's pretty close.
And then it does count, but there's a lot of room. Now, a little bit
Foul ball.
Yeah, good call.
Full count again, stays.
Like you say, we've got a great vantage point up here. We're high enough, not too high. I hope the people that watch the Redbird Rewind on MTCO TV enjoy it as much as we enjoy doing it, Scott.
It is a lot of fun.
Oh, I can't think of a better way to spend a night.
Oh, nice battle.
See, Bryce, I mean, I'm going to come over next year. I want to see Bryce and Jimmy hit next year. You're going to see, say they both hit around 260, 270 this year, maybe a little higher. They'll put 100 points on next year.
Ooh, they almost
I
threw
thought
that away.
was going to go by him. That's one of those deals where you almost want to catch it and kind of just
Take
scan
a couple
up,
steps.
at least 3 or 4 over there. Good at bat. Very
That's
good
it.
at
Good
bat.
job.
Very good at bat.
2 on with 2 outs. Brings up
Trace.
Running at second base, number 23, Hunter
Hunter Burrows comes in to run for Ben Bachman.
Yep. Okay.
Brings up
I
Trace
like the
Melody.
way Coach gets guys in there. He gives them some playing time. And once again, here's Trace, a sophomore. You know, getting a chance to. This is his third time up, right? No.
Second.
Yeah, right. Second time up for our guys.
That was a really good at bat by Bishop.
Very good at bat.
Fouled off some really good pitches and
worked a walk. And didn't swing at a bad, ball too. That happens sometimes when you're.
He was the moment wasn't too big for him there.
No, that's right. Good point. And that's what I'm saying as far as these kids getting this experience. They'll be that much better for it down the road, especially if they play some good ball this summer.
Good job. See, something like that shows a little bit to me, too, that you're 0-2, you're a sophomore. He throws a pitch out of the strike zone. You didn't go fishing.
No, that's right. Oh, that a boy, Trace. Hunter can run. Good job.
That's a really good 0-2 base hit. Nice line drive.
Very nice. Hey, we're right in this ball game, guys. That's 3-2.
That'll bring their coach, Jesse Crawford, out of the dugout.
Yeah, well, he's concerned. I mean, you're within you get an error here, or another base hit, we got a new ball game.
Bishop on second.
Yep.
Melody on first.
2 sophomores, right?
Yeah.
And we got senior Jack Moore hitting. To me, Jack is. To me, your 9-hole hitter should be like a leadoff man.
Right.
Because some people call it the second leadoff man. Your leadoff man should be able to run. Your leadoff man should be able to handle the bat, and Jack can do that down here in the 9-hole. So he's like a leadoff man. And then you do have a legitimate leadoff man coming up next. Attaboy, Jack. First good pitch he saw, he went after.
He hit the ball pretty far out in the right field.
And one thing about it, too, both Bishop and Melody both run pretty well. So no need for any pinch runners. That's trouble.
Oh, that'll tie it up.
Yeah. Hitting that is great hitting. Look at that good base running by Trace. When that ball went across the infield. That's a big hit.
And that brings up Brian Vogel with runners on the corner.
Tie ball game.
And we tied it up.
Yeah, I mean, we've been sitting here for almost 4 innings now, and it seemed like Morton was kind of in control of the game.
But we hung around and hung around.
We didn't.
They're going to bring in a new pitcher.
Oh, I'm going to say he's concerned. And you know what? You know the last team to beat Morton last year before they won?
Metamora.
Right here and on this diamond. So I always say in all sports, some teams always seem to have a little bit. When I was at Peoria High School, especially as I had in late 90s and early 2000s, our talent pool had dropped off quite a bit, and we weren't winning many games. But for some reason, we always played Pekin well. And I don't know if they still feared Peoria Central a little bit or what. I think the people in Peoria knew that we were struggling a little bit. But I remember beating them even remember when you used to play the games down at mine at O'Brien Field, now Dozer Park. And I used to always try to schedule one of my Pekin games down there. And I think for like 2 or 3 years in a row, we were able to get a win over Larry. Larry's not going to play you anymore. We're going to play at your place or we're going to play it. But some teams just seem to match up better against others. And, maybe, the one thing I sure like.
Who is that, Alex? Who is that pitching?
Number 37.
Kuhn?
37.
The new pitcher for Morton, number 37, Cade Kuhn.
Cade Kuhn now pitching.
Right-handed pitcher, excuse me.
And no relation to Parker Kuhn, but Parker is a K-U-N-A.
H-N.
Yeah. That's like, what is that, a synonym when they sound alike but are spelled differently? like our and our, A-R-E and O-U-R. We have a Kuhn at short, Parker, and then we have a Kuhn pitching now, Cade Kuhn, C-O-O-N. So, not pretty good sized kid. My guess is he's a junior, but he's 6'1". Look at him, maybe bigger than that. He might be 6'3". And
we got the guy we went up to bat with chance to give us the lead.
Yeah, Coach has Stone has kind of a little predicament here. Do you run your second fastest runner?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't take the bat out of Ryan Vogel's hands.
No, he's too good of a hitter.
He steals it, they walk him.
Yeah, you're right. Good. Another great point, Coach. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
You got to let him see what he's got there. So.
You know what you could do? You could just play off him and force him to run. I mean, if you're Morton, I'm talking about. See, like you said.
Got under it.
Oh, just a little under it. Yeah, too bad. It would have been a good sac fly, but all right.
3 runs on 4 hits. Two men left.
We got a new ball game.
We go to the top of the 5th, all tied up at 3. It all started with Landon Ivins' home run.
Yeah. I think that shook up the pitcher a little bit. It
did.
You're cruising along. He doesn't know Landon Ivins either. I mean, one thing I found over the years, your seniors and that they know the good. They know who they think are the good.
I think he's a junior, so he might know Landon Ivins a little bit from.
A little bit from youth ball coming up. But he's never faced him on the varsity diamond.
Not on the varsity, but
yeah, you're right. If he's a junior, he probably. But hey, we got ourselves a ball game. I want to mark this down. Vogel was a fly to 8.
And who do we got in there pitching now for us?
I think that's number 4. You know who that is?
Is that Turner
Man? He does a good job. No, Turner Man's 22.
Oh, that's.
I know exactly who it is.
Colton Kaler.
Colton Kaler, yeah. And, Colton gives me the look, too, that he's not worried about anything other than getting the job done.
Yeah. Another guy that's not too big for the moment.
No, that's
right. The moment's not too big for him, I should say.
That's what you got to, let me see, 04204833, top 5. I'm texting my father-in-law here. He's in Minnesota, and I'm giving him the scores here. 3-3, top 5.
Real important now for Colton to come in and shut him down. 1-2-3. We've gotten the lead back, got the momentum. You don't want to give it back to him.
No, I want to give it back. This is Parker Kuhn.
Leading off the top of the 5th, number 5, Parker Kuhn.
Parker Kuhn's the shortstop. Plays a good short. I think he's a junior. Plays a good shortstop. Last year's shortstop was a senior.
Yeah.
He graduated, of course, and so they had to come up with it. That's not easy to replace.
See some lightning in there.
Oh, boy. Back to Colton Kaler. Colton's a good golfer also.
Yes.
Probably one of the best he's got that maybe.
No, that's
just a little flare to the right side, about halfway down the first base line, about 10 feet in foul territory. Neither the catcher or oh boy.
Thorpe. Oh, they're going to take him off the field there. So we'll have a delay here.
We sure will.
Well, welcome back to Al Mulberry Field, Coach.
Yeah.
45-minute delay?
Yeah, I'd say just right about 45 minutes. And, what we were saying is that in the old days, you probably would have kept on playing, and that's not right. These kids' safety is number 1. And we saw one that was in the distance beyond center field, and we said, oh, there's lightning. And then about 2 minutes, basically about a minute later, there was one that was kind of right over center field, and that's where the umpire didn't even hesitate. Because realistically, it's in the umpire's hands now. Mm-hmm. I remember even telling, coaches umpires one time, I said, guys, it's going to happen. If something would happen and you keep us playing, I'm going to have to say that I thought we should have stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted them to know that I think it's in your hands. We're going to keep playing if you say we have to keep playing. But I said, in my mind, we shouldn't be playing. And that's what went on here. Our athletic director's here. Everybody cleared the field. We had kids that were undercover. Parents were advised to go to their cars. There wasn't one person around here. I know I took the liberty and walked out and saw my daughter, who was by herself with her youngest daughter in a car, just to make sure they were okay. And I mean, everybody was undercover. There wasn't one person around here that was. And here we go. We got a batter.
Pick up where we left off. It was an 0-2 count.
Yep.
Parker Coons, the pinch hitter.
This is number 5. That's Parker Coons. He's the shortstop. He's the short.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, there's 2 Coons.
Yeah. You're right.
So the pitcher's being DH for. Pretty good pitch. I thought the umpire might have gave up on it a little late, but
it might have been inside. I think, it curved right into the catcher,
right.
but I think it was inside.
You're right. It was a little inside, but it was a good pitch. There's a better pitch. Oh, stay. Oh,
no. Leadoff triple.
Yeah.
Colton's going to have to really bear down now.
Yeah, that's tough. Coach, I tell you, I'm watching Coach Crawford, and the unwritten rule, or the rule of the book says you never make the first out or the last out at third
base.
And he had the stop sign up, and the kid never looked. And see, the modern deal is if you can get third, you better make it. But if you make it, you want to be. There's 13 more ways you can score from third than you can from second.
Yeah.
So, plus it saves you that sacrifice bunt. Oh, man. Oh. See, now there's a case where the runner is not far enough in foul territory. When he moved to avoid that ball, he actually ended up in fair territory.
Yeah, he's got to be
if that
almost in the grass.
He could even, not there. It's too close to the line. When he jumped out of the way, if he gets hit, that's a fair, he's out. He's out. The man's on first. No, you can get wider than that. If the ball hits you in foul territory, it's a dead ball.
Oh, nice.
Nice pitch.
Good job, Colton.
That was Rigg, right?
Yep.
Rigg goes down swinging. Kuhn gets a triple. Okay, and this is Jack Brennan. Jack Brennan is the left fielder. Number 9 hole hitter. Watch a squeeze, maybe. Well, I tell you, that curveball he's getting a pretty good bite on it, and he's getting a pretty good up and down on it. He's getting about 6 to 8 inches up and down, and he's getting about a foot break right to left.
And that's up and out of play. We didn't mention this before, but what a job Joe Nealon did keeping us in the ballgame.
I saw Joe during the break. We were both in the restroom, and I told him that. I said, Joe, you did a good job. I said, we're playing a state champion team from last year, a team that's 14-2. And I said, you kept us in there. Well, that's a good pitch.
Oh, nice job by Colton. Boy, those are 2
Excellent
ginormous
pitches. Excellent. Great curveball, and then he just paints the outside corner of the plate. Okay.
They're going to walk Guerra.
Yeah.
I got to say, I kind of like that move.
Well, I told this to somebody the other day. We were talking about the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cardinals giving up 3 home runs to the young hitter from
Yelich. He gave up 8.
One of the oldest theories in coaching, I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, is you determine before the game who you're not going to let beat you. And I know one of my neighbors is, the lady's about 70-year-old. Why are the Cardinals pitching that guy? I said, I don't know. I said, what I'm saying is sometimes some of these people know better than it seems like the major league coaches know.
It's a good pitch.
They're both left-handed hitters, but this is Braden Brown. He's the center fielder. Boy, I tell you.
0-2.
Boy, I tell you, you just got to be impressed with the way Colton Kaler has come in and just thrown strikes and made quality pitches, not just strikes.
Mm-hmm.
A strike can get you hurt if it's too much to the plate. Oh, we're not going to get that out. No, good idea. Good idea. Pretty good effort. Trace Melody had to go way to his left. The ball was in the hole, and the ball came up high. He got his glove on it, slowed it down a little bit, kept it so that the Jimmy Driscoll could field it, but there was no play.
That gives them the lead back.
Yeah. But see, once again, how important it was to get that leading lady. The leadoff man on third, he couldn't have scored from second.
Right.
He wouldn't have scored from second.
Oh, looks like it's a pop-up right at him. Or is it over his head?
Well, he caught that ball out there. You know, you can hardly see him in the shade of those trees. Got him popping up.
Colton did a great job because really, you know, we could have been out of the inning, but they got one run.
One run. Hey, at 3-3, we had to score anyway to win the ball game. So let's go get a run, maybe get 2 runs.
So they get 1 run on 1 hit.
Yep, that's all they're. They probably gave this. They probably gave the hit to.
Oh yeah, probably 2 hits.
2 hits, yeah.
So 1 run on 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Redbirds trail 4-3.
Yeah, Braden Brown was, to me, it was a hit. As the third baseman went to his left, he reached up as high as he could, but the ball went off the tip of his glove. It wasn't like he had it in his glove and then dropped it. He kept the ball in the infield is what he did. And we got Cade Kuhn is now pitching as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
So we'll have Jimmy Driscoll, Zach Beanblossom, and Landon Ivins.
Ivins was the guy that ignited the fire here. I mean, he really got it going. You're losing 3-0, and all of a sudden you get first-year varsity player hits one over the left field wall at about 350. You know, that just got things going in the right direction. Good high school baseball game.
Yeah.
You know, I've said this to many people. The Middle Illini Conference does, for a 3A conference, basically, the only 4A school is Pekin, right? Mm-hmm. And Canton is Canton's 3A.
Yeah, they're borderline though 2A.
Almost a 2A, right? But that'd be a great deal if they could go 2A. You know, when IVC had their good years, they were playing 2A baseball, and ever since they've been to 3A, it's been a lot tougher road for them. And what's tougher about it is every time you go up a class, then every level of your tournament is tougher.
Yeah. Yep.
It's, and I say that based on 22 years of coaching in the 3A class or the 2A class in the old system. You know, I won 1 regional in 22 years, and in order to win that regional, I had to beat Richwoods on a Friday, Washington on a Saturday, then Notre Dame on a Monday. Well, I'm not going to do that very often at Peoria High School, and I didn't. I did it 1 time, and it's not easy to come out of these regional with the Peoria teams.
Didn't your son play for Notre Dame?
Yes. Yeah, he went to.
Did you ever have to? Well, so you had to coach against him.
I coached against him, and he beat me a couple times.
How'd that work out on Sunday dinner time?
Well, you know, in all fairness, I remember one night we were watching TV and saw the highlights of it. But you know, as a dad, you're still proud to, you know. And I say this about any. If a kid beats you with a base hit, he beats you. You know, whether it's your son or somebody else's. Landon, all right.
Jimmy Driscoll grounds out to the third baseman, brings up Zach Beanblossom.
Come on. I think Zach's had a couple at bats here. Now, I look for him to hit a line drive in the gap in right center. He likes that right center side. Jimmy Driscoll was a
5-3.
5-3. 1 out. You know, one thing about now, too, though, we talk about young kids. Don't forget, we're halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
This is our 4th week of even conference play of 7 weeks, right?
Right.
So, I mean, tonight is the exact middle game of the conference schedule. We've played 3 series and a game, and we got a game and 3 series left. So what I'm getting at, these players now have, you know, a sophomore is a little bit more like a junior. A junior is a little more like a senior, and some of the senior kids aren't too far away from, you know, being in college. About 6 weeks.
Wasn't it Al McGuire that said the best thing about a freshman?
Yeah.
Become a sophomore.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you like to play with the 20-year-olds versus 19-year-olds.
Yep.
Especially the way you. Oh boy, that might have been a little outside, but Beanie's got to take it. Could Landon do it again?
Well, you don't want him to go for it. Just
No.
make some good contact and hit something into the gap.
I don't know if I always liked when I hear that about going for it. I was working at camp at ISU one time with the ISU coaches, and Carlton Fisk was the guest instructor.
Oh, man.
And I was sitting in the back row as the coach was talking a little bit about hitting. And we got a pop-up on the infield. Look at that.
That drop?
Yeah, the shortstop was going for it. And then all of a sudden he thought the second baseman had it, and they dropped it. Boy, let's take advantage of that.
Yep.
But real quickly, what happened on that, they were talking about, you know, keeping your head down, meeting the ball, making good contact. Don't worry about hitting it out. Carlton Fisk told me, and Carlton hit about 400 home runs.
Oh, yeah.
He said this to me. He never hit a home run when he tried. And he said, I tried a lot. You know, when you're late in the game and maybe it doesn't mean anything. You know, he said, I tried a lot. He said, I never hit one when I tried. I hit my 390 home runs or whatever I hit. I think it's just under 400 for him. I looked it up one time. But his exact comment was, I never hit a home run when I tried. When I just met the ball, I hit a lot of them.
Didn't he go on to coach some college baseball?
Well, he helped out at ISU a little bit.
That's right.
His boy, Casey, was a catcher. And he actually helped. That's where I worked the camp down at ISU with him. And he, I'll tell you one other story I thought was kind of interesting too. It was New Year's Eve night. And all of a sudden the head coach goes, okay, we'll see you boys at 10 in the morning. And Carlton Fisk looked at me and says, we don't have, we do, coach. He said, he said, you're going to tell my wife that. My wife's not going to believe we got camp on New Year's Day, that I'm going to stay down here on New Year's Eve night. She's mad enough that I'm down here anyway. Look at this. What is going on here? I mean, we hadn't any trouble with the lights all night.
No.
I mean, in fact, the lights should actually be better when it's dark. But he definitely lost the ball in the lights. I think this one at second, credit a hit again. Didn't touch the ball.
Logan McClure.
Wow, come on, Logan. Same thing with Logan. Not playing last year. It's taken him a little while to get back in the groove of hitting. But, you know, he's ready to go now. And, boy, he could bust this game right open.
Hit a gapper.
And the way this has transpired, it would be a real a downer for the team that's out in the field right now. They've had 2 routine balls that never left the infield.
Right.
And we're up 150 feet in the air. Well, the ball that landed at third here couldn't have missed the guy by over a foot, 2 foot. And then they had the second and short had the other one surrounded. That's what I call the Alphonse Gaston. You know, you take it, no, I take it, you take it, I got it, no, you. And next thing you know, the ball's bouncing on the ground. I just want to see Logan get 3 good hacks. If he gets 3 good hacks, he'll get a whole one. All right, he got 1 good hack.
Ball's a little up, too.
Yeah.
0-1. Or it's 1-1, excuse me.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Runners on first and second. A little bit outside.
2-1.
2-1. The score is 4-3. Morton leading by 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Redbirds are threatening with runners on first and second. You know what it's doing too. It's really making this pitcher pitch. I mean, he's had to pitch now at least 10 extra pitches that he shouldn't have had to pitch. The inning should have been over with nobody out, nobody on, or 2 out, 3 outs and nobody on. I'll tell you one thing. It wasn't easy.
No runs, no hits, 2 men left.
Was that lightning again?
I think it was. 4-3 Potters as we go to the top of the 6th. But
hey,
we're getting further down the batting order and be able to turn it over.
Yep. Yep.
Colton comes out for his 2nd inning.
Did we have I think we had somebody in left field there for a while. I could be wrong. Was that 15?
Well, Logan McClure was out there.
Yeah, but it seemed like he wasn't when they came off the mound last time, because I saw him getting ready to greet people as they were coming in. I think. Anyway, Logan was put in to hit again, so he could re-enter the hit. I'm sorry we missed that. I think Logan was taken out for somebody went in defensively. Could it have been Nathan Kluski, 15? It looked like 15.
Maybe.
But anyway, now Logan, as he re-entered in that spot, he has to go out and play that position. The man that was out there came running back in. See, that's why I saw the guy come running in from left field. I knew something was up.
Yeah, you can re-enter your starters.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. So Logan was actually not in the game in the field last inning. Bryce Brown. See, they're back up to the, well, not really. They're the 4-hole hitter. And Bryce is the 3rd baseman, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wish we could have capitalized on those 2 infield hits.
Ooh, that didn't miss by much. 1-1 the count.
Attaboy. Jimmy looked it right in. Good throw. Not, it looks easy, but it's not. When you get that ball at short. One thing about short, you have time to make the play, but you don't have any extra time.
No.
And you can't bobble it, and you can't throw it a little wide. You know, when I play second, I can pick it up off the ground, throw the guy out by a couple feet. But at short, you got to field it pretty clean, make a good throw. Don't pull that guy up or have him go up and jump up and down and make it a close bang umpire call.
You have a little time at third base, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got to watch this Holcomb kid up now, the 5-hole hitter. He's got a little power. Not a real big kid, but pretty good power.
That's going to be foul.
But it's well hit, well struck. I think it went out fall.
Yeah, 2-2, or is it 2-1? 2-1.
2-1. No, like I said, I saw him hit one against Washington. That put them up against Washington. It did have a score. I thought it was Pekin 2, Washington 1.
Final?
No, it was in the 6th inning. It was set to me by Limestone Paul Seacrest.
3-1.
Saw a game this afternoon. Richwoods was losing 9-3 to Normal Community in the 6th inning when I had to leave to come over here. Full count. 4-3, top 6, 1 out.
Morton with the lead.
Morton with the lead. That's a good pick.
Now batting number 99, Brooks Wilkinson.
This guy scares me a little bit.
Yeah, 2 down here in the inning.
Yep.
I do like the idea of him coming to bat with nobody
on base. Yeah. That's like Yelich coming to bat.
Yeah.
If nothing else, even if he goes yard,
it's only one.
It's only one. But like I said, we want to get this man out, and if we can keep it at 1, we have a legitimate chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, we have 2 more chances, 2 more bats.
And they're into their pen. He's pitching his 3rd inning now, right? You know, they're so we're. He pitched the 5th and the 6th. The 5th, I guess.
Got to make that play.
Yeah. Yeah. Ground ball, Jack. It kind of was playing deep. It might have came up off that lip a little bit, but like I say, 2 outs. Get the batter. Get the batter. That was that was the big Wilkinson. That was Brooke Wilkinson. And this is Parker Kuhn. Parker has 4-3. He's walked, and he's tripled. Tripled the last time. Grounded the second, walked, and tripled last time. We got some wheels down there, too, for him, don't we?
Yeah.
Boy, Colton Kaler's come in and done a nice job throwing strikes. One thing about if you throw strikes, you make them beat you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many times relievers come in and they walk a guy, hit a guy, walk a guy, then you get a hit. Well, yeah, the walk is what caused the problem.
The hits don't kill you as badly as those walks do.
No.
And I don't know why that is.
Well, I think it is because on an average game, there's going to be about 7 hits. So there's probably, if you walk a guy in an inning, there's probably going to be a hit in that inning. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I've seen many innings where there's 3 hits and nobody scores. But you walk a guy and for a little bit low, a little bit short. Good job backing up, Jimmy. Good job. The ball bounced on the about 4 feet in front of the base, bounced over the second baseman and our shortstop, Jimmy Driscoll. Great job backing up.
And Ryan Vogel was only about 10 feet behind him. He came flying in too. I don't think he'd have been able to advance.
No, no.
2 down here in the
2 outs,
inning.
you don't want to make the 3rd out at third anyway. Okay. Now we got Rigg. Rigg has K'd twice and walked.
No Wilkinson.
Number 1, Riggs Wilkinson.
Yep. One other, in being around the game for too many years, it seems like sometimes the second boy is a little bigger, stronger than the first boy. And there's a big difference. Rigg is the older brother. He's a junior. And Brooke is a sophomore. And to me, Rigg is probably, it looks like to me maybe about 100 pounds lighter, the older boy. I mean, Rigg is your defensive back. Probably 5'10"-ish, maybe 5'10" and a half, 165 pounds. And Brooke is your defensive tackle. Oh, come on, keep coming. Oh, I knew that was going to drop. You could just, it's called that little Bermuda Triangle out there. It's too far out for the second baseman to get it. Right fielder, it wasn't just in front of him either. He had to come to his right. Vogie was deep. And it was just a Texas leaguer that fell in between them. And tough run to give up. That you'd like to see that ball caught, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they drop at all levels, but it certainly wasn't a line drive single to right. No. I can tell you that. It was a ball that wasn't hit hard enough for the outfielders to get, but was hit hard enough that the infielder was not able to get to it. And this is Brennan. We got to keep it right here, though. We don't want to give it anymore. He's going to run right away. You watch. He's out.
Good play by Bachman. Made a nice, strong throw.
Yeah.
But it's 6-3.
Yep.
You give good teams a little bit of slack, and they're going
to. Jesse's arguing out there on that call. I did a little umpiring when I first came back to town, and I wasn't coaching anywhere. After I spent a year at Bowling Green, doing the plate. You know what I found the toughest thing was doing the plate? Calling the outs at the plate. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you're so locked in. I know what Jesse's saying there. our Landon Ivins had to go to his right to catch the ball a little bit, and because it was coming from the right field side. So as he swung around, he tagged the guy probably about in his thigh area.
Right.
Did you see? I mean,
right.
I don't know. That's what I saw. So I wouldn't have been shocked if he said he was safe because his foot beat the tag. It was close. I call it either or. But I really did. There's a lot of close, the pass ball, wild pitch plays at the plate, the sacrifice fly, those are all end up being pretty close tag, and they're all tag plays too for the most part.
Yep.
Which I think adds another dimension to it, needless to say. Well, hey, we're down 3. We got 8 and 9 coming up. 7, 8, and 9. This is Bishop. Left-handed hitter. He's got to like the fact that there's a right-handed pitcher in there.
Yeah.
Being a left-handed hitter myself, I felt very confident anytime there was a right-handed pitcher. I didn't really like left-handed pitchers. I'd like to see that curveball coming into me rather than at me and then over the plate.
Why is it that left-handed hitters have a hard time hitting left-handed pitchers?
Because you don't see them as much.
Probably
That's
true.
what it is. A right-handed hitter facing right-handed pitching, 92% of us are right-handed. You're right-handed.
Yep.
I'm right-handed. Bryce just struck out. But 92% of the populace is right-handed. So in Little League and Pony League, when you're not recruiting people, you're just taking what's there, you're going to face right-handed pitching all the way up to varsity pitching in high school. 90% of the time you're going to face right-handed pitching. So a right-handed pitcher has seen right-handed pitching growing up, where the left-handed batter is just the reverse. I can remember in Little League, I think there was one left-handed pitcher that I faced. And then then I had played some Babe Ruth ball, 13 to 50, another 1 or 2. And it's just, and then even at the college, hey, one year the Dodgers didn't have a left-handed starter. There's teams that, in fact, I don't know if, I think maybe one year they didn't even have a left-handed pitcher on their staff. So, you're seeing more right-handers than you are left, and I think that's the biggest difference. But almost to a T, the majority of left-handed batters will tell you they want to see right-handed pitching.
Does he have room?
Yes, he does. Good, man. Boy, I tell you, credit Garrett, too, for hustling in here. He was almost on the catch, too. Jack Moore. Jack's been a little bit hot here lately. Got a nice hit the last time up. And see if he can get another one here. Even though there's 2 outs, you don't want to give out. You want to be a tough out here. We can get a little. I've seen a lot of 2-out rallies late in the game. And boy, if you could ever have a 2-out rally and score 3 or 4 runs, boy, that really puts pressure on the offensive team when they come up. This is when you want to. That's why it's unfortunate that we weren't able to keep it at 4-3, because at 4-3 we were right smack dab in the middle of the game. Now we're trying to catch up.
Yep.
And it's a tougher job, I guarantee you. It's just like right now. Every player on the field knows what to do when the ball's hit to him.
Sure.
There's no big. Every infielder knows, hey, there's 2 outs, nobody on, get the out at first. Catcher drops the ball. On a 3rd strike, I throw him out at first. Outfielder's making the catch.
If you get somebody on base.
Then it starts to get everybody moving around a little bit. And do I get the force at second? Do I go to first? Good job. Good hitting. Pitch near the corner of the plate. Well, one thing, too, successful or not, we're going to be near the top of our order. We will be at the top of our order start next inning. But I'd like to even see Jack get on and let that order go at it right now.
Yeah, that's going to be up and out of play.
Jack's got a quick bat. Swings the bat pretty well, protects the plate. Here comes the pitch. There's a base hit.
Yep.
All right. Oh, Vogue. Come on, Vogue.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you go ahead and steal him, 2nd or 3rd pitch?
I wouldn't. No, I just think when you're down 3 runs, I just think you got to play it a little bit more based.
Well, yeah, you're down 3, so you can't.
If it was 1, then you consider, but down 3, and you've got a good I mean, Vogue's capable of going yard here and getting you right back in the game. I'd just like to see us score at least 1 this inning. Make our job a little bit easier as we head to the bottom of the 7th. I'm looking at Vogue for the game. He got hit by a pitch. He got a base hit. Okay.
Popped out.
And he flew out to 8. Put the bat on the ball here. Same deal, right at him. Hit the ball good, but not in the gap.
Nope. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 7th. Redbirds trail 6-3.
Yeah. You get a little pressure on your ears after a while.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's not horrible. Come on, Cole. Hold him here. Hit him for a year. They didn't have any scholarships, so he went down to Lakeland Junior College for a year. With the idea that he'd come back there. He played 3 years. As a kid, I switched. I taught him to switch hitting. Right-handed hitter. I taught him to switch hitting. His senior year, he had 13 home runs, 12 were left-handed.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Potters, number 24, Nick Guerra.
We're leading off. Top of the batting order in the 7th.
This is what I say all the time. If somebody gets to hit that extra time, it's going to be that leadoff man. Now, in this case, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. In a big league season of 162 games, hitting leadoff probably gets you about 30 extra at-bats. Actually, his 5th plate appearance. Wow. Yeah. Oh boy! Hit it hard. I would rule it a hit. I think it hit and it bounced over him. You'd like to block it, but once again, in that pull side, it's a little tougher on that pull side. Darn it! And the left-handed batter hit the ball hard. They've been bunting in this situation quite a bit tonight. I look for them to either bunt or to hit and run. Hit and run. The batter must swing, and the runner is stealing. I always liked hit and run. I like the bat hit and run.
Yeah.
Because it made it easy.
Yeah.
Man, just see the ball and hit it.
And with those infielders moving.
And I tended, as a left-handed batter too, and choked up, I tend to hit a lot of balls to the left side. Paul Sechrist, Limestone Paul, reports that Pekin 6, Washington 4. Final. Boy, I said early in the year that Pekin impressed me. Washington's the one that's having a little trouble. Don't hit too much, and their pitching's just average. I'll give him a 6-3.
2-1 the count. Nice pitch, Colton.
Very good pitch.
nice job.
Good job. Well, see now, this is just me. I've got to do something with that 2-hole hitter, especially with a good hitter like Gudeman coming up. I want to move that guy to second base. If you can't steal him, then you got to either bunt him over or hit and run him over.
Nice pitch.
I'll tell you one thing. Give Colton a lot of credit. He actually deserves a little better than he's gotten here.
Yeah, I have to agree 100%.
You know, we don't. Not quite. Close. That's one way to do it too. You let him hit, and then now he steals the base. You know, so you're basically in the same situation. You got one out and a man on second, But if you could do that with just think if he'd have done that on the second pitch, though, and still had that, then he'd have 3 batters to drive him in.
Ooh.
This is Gudeman, the catcher. Like I said, he's a junior, early commit to Bradley University. Bradley's even told me they look to play him at first base.
1-1 the count. Nice job by Melody.
Oh, very good job. Looked him back, even made a little fake throw, just a little flip of his right hand.
2 down here in the inning.
Yep.
Really, truth be told, Colton should have gotten out of this jam with no runs scored.
Right.
It could very easily still be 3-3.
That's right. We had a triple, right?
Right, but he should have been
there was
stranded.
Something there that right. I don't disagree with you. Oh, I know what it was. It was whether it was the ball that went over Melody. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. What are you saying? A very good play would have got him out of the inning, right?
Well, it took a weird.
It came up high off the lip.
Right.
In other words, as you're going to your left, you don't have your glove up in the air. You got your hands out in front of you, and then as it came off that lip and he raised his glove up, his glove did not go up high enough to. I think the ball actually bounced, where it was high enough that it went off the tip of his glove, and then by the time Jimmy got in the hole, there was no play to be made. You're right.
Good block. Landon did a nice job of moving his entire body over there to block that.
He just didn't reach. He actually got his body in front of the ball. I'm like I said, his catching, Jimmy's shortstop play, Bryce was playing right. Foul ball. There's something I talk about a lot. If the ball is hit right down the line, it usually goes foul.
Mm-hmm.
It usually goes foul. Not all the time.
With a right-handed hitter, anyway.
With the right-handed. And even with the lefty, that ball's tailing too.
True.
If a ball starts on the line, unless it's just a rope, it usually goes foul. And remember, if the ball goes over the base in the air, it has to land fair.
Mm-hmm.
If the ball bounces before the bag, okay, and then goes over the bag fair but lands foul, it's a fair ball.
Right.
That confuses. I've seen some pretty veteran umpires that miss that occasionally.
That's a tough call.
Yeah. Oh, is that a nice play? That's
a nice play. That's a real nice play by Colton Kaler.
Gets hurt a little bit too.
Nice job.
I tell you, Colton, pretty good athlete, boy. I tell you, that was a great athletic play.
He deserves a little bit better fate than the 6-3,
yeah.
Or the 3 runs. I don't think any of those were earned, were they?
Well, it all depends if you give the play at third. If it's ruled a hit, then it's an earned run because it was a triple before it. If the official scorer rules it a error, then no, they're all unearned. Because that would have been the third out. See?
Right.
Okay. Hey, I'll tell you. If you'd have told me in the first or second inning when we were struggling to stay in it and giving up 3 runs only that we would be looking to score 3 in the last inning to tie it, to me I've always kind of put 4 as the figure that you worry about because there's no 5-run play.
No.
There's a 4-run play.
Yeah, grand slam.
Grand slam. So you can have a walk-off we can have a walk-off grand slam and win this thing, And it's happened. Here's
so
Jimmy. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 up. I'm going to go out on the limb right now and say at least the tying run's going to be on deck. I always like.
Well, yeah, it would be because no matter what happens, he's going to be on deck.
Well, right now he's not. I was like, all right. I'm probably getting a little uptight with this. Right now it's not. See, he's only the 5th run, so the tying run will at least in any game. I don't care how many you're behind. The tying run always ends up at least on the on-deck circle. At least, it might be the guy at the plate. Might be a guy on third.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take one for the team.
I always like the little kids always used to say, wear it.
Yeah.
Wear it. I always say, yeah, it's easy for you to say.
When you're yelling it, yeah.
That's not easy. Oh, boy. The ball came up on it, but he raised his glove up enough and made a good play. But I think Coach Crawford has to be happy with the play of Parker Kuhn being a first-year shortstop. That's not an easy place to be a first-year varsity player either.
Yep.
Because one thing at the lower level, kids overall don't run as well.
No.
Number one, when you're 14, oh boy, that ball's pretty well hit by Beanie, but it's going to hang up just enough.
Now batting, number 20, London Ivans.
Well, I'll tell you, this is just me. As a coach or player on this Metamora team today, I would not be fearful going into Morton on Wednesday night. In fact, some of our listeners look at Landon.
Boy, nice base hit.
Probably get some wheels here.
Maybe Landon can run pretty good.
He can run well, but I thought maybe just to get a guy in. But what I'm saying is the game will be on the radio Wednesday night. WAZU 90.7 FM will broadcast this game live from Mike McDonald Field in Morton at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. 90.7 FM, WAZU out of Peoria. Dave Murphy, longtime Sunday Morning League guy, will be on the call. And yours truly will be on the color.
Nice.
You got to work both sides of this, I'm on another assignment. I'm working the radio. My wife tells me you got a better face for radio anyways. One thing about it, she listened a little bit. We did a game over at Morton the first night, and the setup wasn't real good, and we were bad. And my wife said, guys, you guys were horrible. I was struggling with Lala Mandir all night. In fact, Mrs. Nate's mom was really good. She texted me. She says, I don't care what you call me, just as long as the boys play.
Well, that'll do it from Al Mulberry Field. Metamora drops to 11-9. They're 2-5 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference with that loss.
Yep.
Unfortunate how things went towards the end. We'll be back in just a few minutes with a chat with head coach
Down 3-0.
Eric Stone.
Down 3-0 and got back to 3-3. And then we had the delay and they got one. Or they should hopefully they should. The most they should have had was one that inning.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you stay there, the 3 and it makes it a long night. But hey, like I say, they'll battle them. 9:34, 2.5 hours with a 45-minute delay.
Yeah. We'll be back in just a few minutes with a chat with head coach Eric Stone.
Welcome back to Metamora here with Coach Stone. And Coach, kind of a back and forth game. I feel like that 3-run inning at least gave your guys enough momentum, enough confidence to at least try to stay in this game. Did it not?
Yeah, I mean, we battled back to being down 3-0. Could have been a lot worse. Joe Nealon did a heck of a job battling out of some tough situations. Now, admittedly, he got himself into some trouble with his command, and he was disappointed in that part, but he also battled out of those positions and kept the score to where we were within striking range. And, we got that 3-run inning put together in the fourth and felt pretty good about things. And then, of course, we had the weather delay and everything else. But pretty frustrating game in the end, because you got a team that's 14-2 and undefeated in the conference. You got them kind of on the ropes a little bit and just couldn't quite get it done.
That 3-walk inning for the Potters in the third inning, what kind of things do you have to go about in the future to hopefully at least not duplicate a situation like that? Is it just the way it falls?
Sometimes pitchers, have trouble with their command, and just part of the game.
So going forward, I feel like we talk about that 3-run inning. We talk about how Joe did overall minus some command issues here and there. What sort of other positives might you be able to take out of a game like this, or are you able to take any out?
Well, there's always positives. I mean, there's guys that are grinding out at bats, and we had some really good at bats in that inning there. We put up 3 runs. Ivans with the home run obviously got into one, but what gets lost in the shuffle a little bit is Bryce Bishop's great at bat, falling behind in the count with 2 strikes and working a walk and getting on, and then another sophomore, Trace Melody, coming up with a clutch 2-out hit, and those are very positive things. We got Zach Bean Blossom back this past Saturday from an injury from a fractured thumb, so he's working his way back into playing shape, and we're hoping we'll get Kyle Bartman as a 4-year starter at short in our field general. We hope to get him back hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, and you have losses like that, everything has to get reshuffled, the deck gets changed, and it's pretty tough to kind of survive those, and we've been treading water and we've been struggling, but there's some positive days ahead, I believe. We're just hoping we can kind of piece things together and maybe scratch out a couple of victories before we get everybody back.
One last question before I let you go. You obviously, with a little bit of an injury plague at times, what does that say about this team that you are able to compete with the Mortons of the Mid-Illini Conference and stuff like that, despite having those players out or just having come back?
Well, right. I mean, it's a testament to how hard these kids work and their attitude and kind of their togetherness and their fight. I mean, they battle, and we look at the scores last week against a very good Dunlap team who hasn't lost a game in the conference either, and they're 4-1 scores, and late we're in the game, and we're battling. We're just right now, we're 1 hit away, we're 1 play away, we're 1 pitch away. I mean, really, that's where it is. It kind of snowballs a little bit at times, but we're right there. We're knocking on the door, and we just need a little bit more to get over the hump.
All right, Coach, why don't you go, and we'll be right back.
Well, that will do it from Al Mulberry Field. Redbirds drop a heartbreaker 6-3 to the Morton Potters. We'll see you next week against the Pekin Dragons.